master bedroom. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hand this to you. All right. And would you do the honors if I handed you this clipboard?
Yes.
Okay. Because that'll help me out. And here's your pen. And we'll be writing down the things that you need for your rooms in your home. Okay. All right. So before I start, I do need to tell you guys this. This is probably the most serious part of the presentation. And I have to take my job serious when I walk around your home, because whose lives are we dealing with? It's your lives. So I'm going to take it very serious as we go through here and make sure that we're putting in exactly what you need. All right. So I handed you this. You can help me out, Farrah, because here's some questions that you can help me with. Can you read the first question?
What can start a fire in this room?
Okay. So let's start with you first. Michael, what can start a fire in this room? Tell me.
The bed on the electronics on the nightstand.
Okay, so we have the alarm clock. We got the charger there. Okay, we have the lamp. All right, Farrah, what about you? What do you see that can start a fire? We got this side of the room as well.
Yeah, also the other lamp, the TV, the
lamp,
router.
TV. You got the router. Very good. Now, I'll point a couple things out to you right behind you, Farrah. Mm-hmm. I'll point it out. That there, can that catch fire?
Oh, yeah.
Can that catch fire? Yeah. And what about here? Check this out. Check this out right here, Michael. What about that? Can that catch fire?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, of course, anything in here that's plugged in can catch fire. Now, let me ask you a question. Does it have to be plugged in? Does a wall socket have to have something plugged into it in order for it to catch fire?
No.
Probably not.
No, absolutely not. So let's go on to the next thing. So we know we can have a fire in the bedroom. What's the next question?
When do you want to know about it?
Okay. That's a ridiculous question. Let's start with you first. When do you want to know about a fire from any of these items in this room? Immediately. Same thing, right?
Absolutely.
All right, next question.
If you have the same alarm they talked about in the video, how long would it take to go off?
So let's check that real quick.
Okay.
Do you have the same alarm they talked about in the video? There it is.
Pretty close.
Absolutely. That's an ionization alarm. You had the same alarm they talked in that video. So as I point to it, tell me, Farrah, how long did it take for that to go off in the videos that you watched today?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
30 minutes? A long time.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
So the next question's on there. Go ahead and read it.
If it takes 30 minutes for your alarm to go off, what are your chances?
Yeah. So
0.
So let's be real serious right now. Yeah. What you have right now, if that caught fire tonight in your home, and it took 30 minutes in here for that to wake you up, because we depend on these to wake us up.
Yeah.
What are your chances? If it doesn't take, because how long do we have? Do you remember the time amount?
It's like under 6 minutes. It's like 2 to 5 minutes.
We have 2 minutes to wake up and get up out of this home. So if that sits there and does not go off for 30 minutes, it's not good, guys.
No.
It's not good. Now, before we go on to the next question, it's not only not good for you. Why I told you I take this very serious. It's not only not good for you guys while you're sleeping in here.
We can't get to the kids.
Can't get to the kids. Because if mom and dad don't get out, guess who else don't get out? So that's why it's so important. Go ahead to the next question.
So how important is it to put something in here?
Okay, so I'll ask you, the man of the house, how important is it to put something in here to protect Farrah?
Oh, 100% important.
You better not mess that one up. Okay. All right, so next question.
Remember, the number one way people die in a fire is asphyxiation. This is because they don't find out in time.
Okay, now check this out. I'm going to explain asphyxiation to you, okay? And this is the part that got me. If a fire started anywhere out that door, so I'll kind of point a laser pointer out to the hallway right there, anywhere down the hallway, in the living room, in the kitchen, dining area, your oxygen is leaving this room and going towards the what?
To the fire.
It's going to the fire because the fire needs oxygen to stay alive. Mm-hmm. Remember, we talked about that. But you need oxygen to stay alive as well. Therefore, it's pulling your oxygen away, and you're getting into a deeper and deeper what? Sleep. And so that's how fires affect you. So the fire doesn't need to reach you to harm you.
Yeah, it's not even smoke inhalation.
No, doesn't have to be. It's just lack of oxygen. So what's the last part there?
With the network, you'll know about your fire in the early stages and in the room where it begins.
There you go. Now, we want to know about it while it's in here, not only for you, but for your own children, because the number one way people die is asphyxiation. So if you had a fire in here, it's drawing the oxygen from your children to the fire.
Right.
So no matter where you are, what's going on inside your home, you need to know about the fire while it's in the room that it's in. So, Michael, I handed you that for a reason, because that's the one that will go inside this room. This is an OmniShield smoke sensor. Now, where do you think would it go, Farrah? Would it go on the wall or would it go on the ceiling?
I don't know. I would think maybe if not to replace that one, then maybe the top of the ceiling somewhere.
Okay.
The top of the wall somewhere.
She's exactly right. You agree with her?
I believe so. Yeah, just right up on the wall.
Yeah. So now heat and smoke go up.
Right.
Heat and smoke goes up. So experts recommend to have them up here as high as you can, because that way because remember we only have a couple of minutes. So if when the smoke is rising up, it'll catch it faster if it's up high.
Okay.
Okay.
So then on the roof placement.
Absolutely. So we would take and put your OmniShield smoke sensor right in that area there.
Okay.
Okay. So good for you guys. So we got your master bedroom done.
Wow. You're good.
All right. Now here's what I need you to do. Go right here where it says bedroom and just put a number 1 right there for me.
Okay.
So we know we need 1. And then when you need a second one, we'll put another one beside that one until we finish it up. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of
So
sense.
everywhere we go, we'll start marking this up until we know what you need.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's go to the next room. Oh, wow.
This is my little Mikey's room.
This little Mikey's room.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. That's awesome. So here's the deal. I bet this is the most important room to you in this entire house, isn't it?
I would say so.
Because, I mean, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
I get it. But our number one job as a parent is to do what?
Take care of our kids.
children.
Take care of our kids, protect them from any dangers that's inside the home. So I do need to tell you this, though. Go ahead and look at this real quick.
Okay.
Let's start with we'll do those questions, and then
Okay.
we'll go ahead and I'll tell you what I need to tell you. It's important.
What can start a fire in this room?
All right. What are you seeing here to start a fire, Michael?
Well, I see a lot of things that could catch fire, like all the plush toys, and but again, electronics by the nightstand, maybe possibly even a ceiling fan above.
Now, and as I point around the room,
There's
you
those
got
outlets again.
wall sockets, you got light switches, you got anything and everything, whether it's plugged in or not plugged into the sockets. The sockets can still catch fire. Bottom line, even your ceiling fan can catch fire. So here's the deal. When do you want to know about that fire?
Immediately.
Immediately. Here's what I want to tell you. All right. Of course, you want to know about it right away.
Yeah.
But hold that up, Michael. These things, they're not cheap. I need to tell you that right now. Okay? They're not cheap. But if it saved little Mikey's life one time, what's it worth to you guys?
Millions. It's priceless.
Well, yeah, and then you touch this, and I mean, I've held that, and you can't compare that to that. I mean, this is a machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And can you believe people even want to think about that?
No.
That's insane.
No.
So, I mean, it's obviously we need to put one in here. So go ahead and write down one there for me.
It's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, and remember we talked about asphyxiation. Okay, so if a fire happens in any room inside this house, it's pulling out a little Mikey's room and going to the fire, just like it works with your home. I mean, inside your master bedroom. So to keep Mikey protected, it's important. Now, one more thing I'm going to tell you before I leave this room. Most kids hide when they're scared. And there's one or two places they hide. Where do you think those one or two places are?
Under the bed and in the closet.
Okay, so you got to teach them the meeting spot. Y'all remember the meeting spot?
It's across the street.
Across the street. So make sure you teach Mikey that. We'll take and put Mikey's OmniShield smoke sensor. We'll put it right here, right there in that area there. And I want to congratulate you guys because you guys are awesome parents. I mean, doing that for Mikey's huge. So good for you guys.
That's
awesome.
His baseball trophies for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Protect them trophies.
That's right.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, watch yourself.
All right, so we're done with little Mikey's room. Did you write down Mikey's? We did. Perfect. All right, let's keep going over here. All right, so here we go again. So we're in the hallway, and first thing that we notice as we go into the hallway is there's a vent right here. Now, when the contractors come in, this is just one of the deals that you deal with. It's one of the problems in our industry is that the contractor built the home, and then they come in and put the fire alarms in last, right? And they put this here. Now, code says you're supposed to have a smoke alarm right outside your bedroom. It needs to be the alarm needs to be 4 feet away from that vent. So there you go. It's already there. So we're going to have to come in with our wireless alarms and make sure that you're in code there. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. There it is again. That's the same alarm they talked about in the video tonight. That's the same alarm that was in all the videos today. 30 minutes. Now, how long have you had yours in your house?
Probably
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Now, if you've had yours in your home for 3 years, you remember what it said, the percentages? What was the failure rate of it?
38%, I think.
Yeah, 55.8%.
Oh.
So 55.8%, there you go. And you said you'd had yours for 3 years, is that correct?
Yeah.
What percent do you think yours is at now?
Oh, goodness. Probably less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Way
it's up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how important is it to put something out here in the hallway, right
very
outside the
important.
children's doors?
It's very important.
Very important. More importantly, not only does that protect right outside your children's doors, it protects you from downstairs as well.
Right.
Because remember, heat and smoke goes up. So as if anything caught fire over there in the living room, see, it would come straight through these little windows here and into this. Because you see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So not only are you protecting outside your kids' rooms, you're also protecting the living room as well, and parts of the kitchen. I mean, that's how smoke travels through your home. So this is a very important alarm to have inside your home. So what I want you to do is put hallway, go ahead and put a 1 right there, and that way we know that we need that. And put right there outside of kids' rooms, write that right beside the hallway.
Okay.
That is perfect. All right, good deal. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's check out your attic. All right, so Farrah, Michael, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so you have your furnace up here.
Yes.
I want you to listen. These are all the things that can catch fire in your attic. You have your furnace up here. You have your ceiling fans that wires in. You have all your light switches, all your wall sockets, all the wires in your walls and your ceilings and subfloors all wire and come straight into your attic. So if any of that stuff catches on fire, it's going to be in your attic. Okay, so this is one of, if not the most important alarm to have inside your home, okay?
Right.
It covers your entire home. So, I would highly suggest a OmniShield heat sensor up here, and we'll set that at 175 degrees. Farrah, can you write that down for me?
Yes.
All right, that's fantastic.
That was the one I was mostly concerned about.
This was the room that that bothered you the most, and it's also the room that bothers me the most as well.
Yes, sir.
Because it covers so much ground inside your home. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, out of all the alarms you have inside your home, this covers everything.
Sure.
It covers it all.
Well, it's above every room upstairs.
It's above every room, and I wouldn't go to bed without one of these.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. So, good deal. So you do have that wrote down, right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
Let's go to the
Dave.
next room. All right, guys, we're in your garage. Let's go ahead and go to the first question on there, Farrah. What's the
Okay.
first question again?
What can start a fire in this room?
Okay, we got a lot of things that can catch fire in your garage. This is one of your hot spots, and we're going to talk about what's in here. First, take a look behind you, Michael. You see that?
Yeah.
So we have your breaker box. We also have your Verizon unit right there. Those can catch fire. As you go behind you, over in the corner, you have your water heater. It's powered by what, Michael?
It's tankless. It's powered by gas.
It's powered by gas, so obviously that can catch fire. I see paint. So we have a lot of paints and stuff up on the ceiling here. A lot of chemicals that can catch fire. We have your refrigerator out there that can catch fire. And obviously, Farrah, we have your vehicle that can catch fire. Now, what's the next question?
When do you want to know about it?
Come on, I mean, you guys are hip to this now, aren't you? When do you want to know about a fire in your garage?
Before it starts.
Now, here's the big question. Who sleeps right above this garage?
My son.
Mikey.
Mikey does. So Mikey sleeps right above this garage. So you would treat this the same as you would Mikey's room. Because who would this affect first?
Him.
If any of these things caught fire,
Mikey.
it would affect Mikey. That's why we do what we do. And you know what's crazy? What do you have in here right now to tell you about a fire?
Got the sensors. And
No, we don't
nothing.
have
We
anything.
don't have anything.
You
There's
have
nothing.
nothing in here
what am I thinking?
to tell you about a fire. And this would affect Mikey way before it would affect you guys.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah. So, again, how important is it to put something in here?
Very.
Very important. So what we would do is we'd put an OmniShield heat sensor in here. We'd put it right here in the middle, okay? And we'd set the temperature at 135 degrees. And Mikey will be safe. That's what it's all about.
You thought we had one in here, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did.
I know, I can tell.
It's just-
I think maybe they were supposed to. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and make sure we
So
mark it.
135 degrees?
Yeah, so go ahead and mark one for your garage. 135 degrees. There you go.
So heat sensor and a fire sensor.
Correct. Absolutely.
That I would, yeah.
And you remember I told you, most people find about fires in their garage one of two ways. Somebody rides by and knocks on your door. I mean, you want to find out it while it's in the garage.
Yeah.
So good for you guys. We'll put your
Okay.
OmniShield heat sensor in here.
Oh man, that's scary.
Yeah,
We didn't
absolutely.
even. I mean, we didn't really know.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating thinking that you got it covered, but you really don't.
Yep.
You know.
Well, you will now. That's the main thing. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys. So you got another hallway, and what's this room here?
This is my laundry room.
Okay. All right. Well, another hot spot. This is another hot spot, another place where fires start. So let's talk about first question. We can start a fire in here. Let's go through this real fast.
Okay. The light switch.
Light switches, very good.
Look, I've even got that thing wired up there.
Yep, you got that up there.
There's a printer here.
Printer can catch fire.
Laundry units too.
There you go. You got these two laundry units, and they catch fire all the time. We got a refrigerator. So there's a lot of things in here that can catch fire. Now, when do you want to know about a fire in this room?
Oh, immediately.
Right away.
It's right through our closet, and then it goes into our bathroom and bedroom.
Totally. So it's blocking your way out of your bedroom as well.
Yeah.
The other thing that's happening is there's also your children sleep above this.
Yeah.
So if this caught fire, it would block their way out. So we got to keep those things in mind. Is like, how would a fire affect me if it happened in this room? How would it affect my kids if it happened in this room? Now, if it happens in this room, what do you have in here to tell you about it?
Nothing.
There's nothing in here. You want to know something crazy? I don't know if you picked up on it. They put one right there, right outside the door, but they did not put one in here. Now you tell me how crazy that is.
It is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Now watch. I want to show you something. You see this? This is a door header. Okay, so if you had a fire in here, this whole ceiling would have to fill up with smoke. It's like an upside down bathtub. Think about it like that.
Okay.
Until it goes all the way down to the bottom of the door header, and then it goes under the door header, and then it gets into that alarm that's in the hallway. And then you have a what % chance of it picking it up?
Well, I mean, it's like a flip phone.
100%.
Totally, right. So again, it's a really, really important room. We're protecting your kids. We're protecting you from these units that are in here that catch fire all the time. So let's go ahead and put, for your utility room, go ahead and put a 1 right there. And we'll get this room taken care of for you guys.
Great,
all right?
great.
Good deal.
Go ahead.
Let's go to the next room. Okay, now this is the number 1 room where fires start. We're standing in it. The number 1 room where fires start is the kitchen. Now, obviously, the first question, Farrah.
What can start a fire in this room?
What can start a fire in this room? Go for it, Michael.
This stuff. Sorry.
Michael, it's okay. It's going to ring. It's all right.
The stove.
And then they're going to ring.
And then they're all going to ring.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
what's great about it.
It is awesome. They're doing their job. Okay, so tell me, what can start a fire in this room?
The stovetop.
The stovetop.
Starting with
catch
that,
fire.
of course.
Yep. What about this?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so that's a fan. Remember the fan? It's
On the
wired
wire.
in. That can catch fire. Okay. What about right behind you?
Oh, yeah.
Some major appliances.
So
Major.
you got the double deal there. That can catch fire. And then also here,
Fridge.
the fridge,
the
coffee pots,
appliances, the outlets.
the outlets. Barry, you're on top of it. The outlets. So here's another outlet right here. We have a lot of things in here that can catch fire.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, when do we want to know about a fire in this room? That's the second question, right?
Yeah, it is.
When do we want to know about a fire in this room?
Immediately.
Immediately. Now, what would this affect if this caught fire? You got your bedroom right over here. You got right above you. Again, the kids' bedrooms are right above.
Yeah.
So this would affect you guys. This would affect you guys getting out your back door, one of your escape routes. So again, this is another huge room.
Or the front door. It's like the, yeah.
Another thing is this. There's no way the smoke can leave this room. There's no way the fire can escape, because look right behind you. Look above you. Look how big this door header is. That's a huge door header, and it's just like that all the way around us. So, again, flip it up like an upside-down bathtub. How long would it take to fill this room up with smoke before it leaks out and gets into the next room? How long would that take?
Not long.
A long time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would take a while, because smoke it's just slowly smoldering. Come on, Mike. We got this, man. All right.
But your fault. You're thinking about the 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
You're talking about how much time you had to get out,
Right.
right? But how long would it take for this room to fill up with smoke? That would take a while
Before it got to us.
before it can get out from underneath this thing. So it's dangerous.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
very, and again, this is the number 1 room where fires start. So what's the next question?
If you have the same alarm they talked about in the video, how long would it take for it to go off?
Well, what do you have in here to tell you about a fire?
Nothing.
I don't think you have anything in here, do I? I mean, I think I'm missing it. Are you?
No, there's nothing.
There's nothing in your kitchen to tell you about a fire in the number 1 room where fires start. So how important it is to put something in here to tell you about a fire in your kitchen?
Very
important.
Very important. So let's go ahead and mark that down. Again, we talked about asphyxiation. If a fire started in this room, if a fire started in this room, Farrah, it's going to draw the oxygen from your bedroom into this room. It's going to draw the oxygen from your kids' room into this room. That's why it's so important to have detection in the room where it began. You can't let it just burn through here and get to the detectors.
Right.
You want the alarm to find the fire.
Yeah.
You do not want the fire to find the alarm. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of
That's
sense.
why it's so important to put it in here. Now, what else do you need in here? You need water sensors.
Yes.
You need water sensors. We talked about that. So let's talk about where they would go. Behind your refrigerator would be one. Underneath your kitchen sink will be two. And also you have your dishwasher right here will be three. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so you would have 3 water sensors in here. So let's go ahead and mark those down. Perfect. Perfect. Any questions at all about the kitchen before we move on?
Not at all.
I can't believe we don't have an alarm in here.
Me
I mean, I can't believe we
I'm
don't
just
have an alarm in here.
dumbfounded. that we
Welcome to
don't
my world. Now you see why we need help so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we need help. We need to get this word out because think about all the friends and family that you have right now that don't know about this
Well, this
stuff.
is a brand new house.
Right. You would just assume that.
Well, for some reason, I feel like we covered it, but you know what? We moved into it and didn't
Well,
even
you
notice.
remember we talked about, Farrah, did the contractors put the cheapest or the most expensive? What are they going to do?
The cheapest
They're going to get by with what they can get by
and
with.
the least amount.
And you're not protected.